Russ likes to go fast, so maybe a NASCAR jacket isn't out of place for the former NBA MVP. Russ and the Lakers have the fastest pace in the league. AD is tired of third-quarter letdowns. I'm sure that will be a topic of conversation at halftime tonight. Regardless of score, and speaking of conversation, the loquacious Pat Bev is back. He's feeling better and ready to lock it down on defense. Lakers and Clippers meet for the second time this season. Tonight is a Clippers home game. We'll tip off at 7 here on Spectrum Sportsnet. The last time the Lakers beat the Clippers was days before the NBA shut down for the pandemic. Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Chris McGee, Robert Ory, big game James Worthy. Brez is going to join in a little bit. Allie is down at Crypto. We're going to hear from Trudell soon. Lakers on a 3-game losing streak. They're 2-8 after 10, but big game and Rob, a new slate of 10 starts tonight.
Hey, you know, got to keep on rolling. The world's not going to stop for you. Nobody's going to have any pity. You got to, pick up the pieces. When you come out of the laboratory, you got to fix it. It's early. It's early in the game. So yeah, it's fix it and turn things around and get you some momentum, get you a little trend going, rip off a few games. That's where they are. You got to prove it.
I really like what you said. Go fast and furious, and just go out and play hard,
Just go out
man.
and play hard.
You got to just play hard,
Try
man.
to turn it.
Yeah. You never know what happens. Just go out and play hard, play fast, play furious, have some fun.
So we do start with an injury update like we have done for the last few years, it feels like. LeBron James, he's probable. Left foot soreness. Anthony Davis, probable. Low back tightness. Pat Bev will play. Non-COVID illness. Lonnie Walker, though, out. LeBron spoke this morning at shoot-around about his availability.
Your foot, is it something where you just have to play through the pain, or rest help it, or how's it?
Yeah, rest is the only way. That's it. That's what I've been told. Rest is the only way to help it, which I don't have. I play it by day. I'll be in the lineup tonight. When they come about, kind of just, kind of how I'm feeling that day, how my foot feeling. Obviously try to manage, my health, which is most important. So. We'll just take it day by day when it comes to the back-to-backs.
Nice to go right to the source. And according to LeBron James, LeBron is ready to go, but rest is the only way that injury, big game, is going to get better. And I think people forget he's almost 38 years old. How much harder does it get when you are older? Because as he said, I don't have any time. I got to keep going.
Yeah, Rob and I were just talking about that a little bit ago, about how when it gets to a point when your body, and I'm not saying LeBron is there yet, but it gets to a point where your body starts to say, okay, there's 20 years in there I've given you, you know what I mean? And it doesn't, it really doesn't matter how great a shape you're in. It's just the mileage. And he came in out of high schools, so it's a lot of mileage, and so little injuries start to take longer. The spring starts to not be there. The recovery time is not as quick as it used to be. So he's got to pay close attention to that. He's not the LeBron. He's still great and still produces, but he still has to remember that's 20 years on that body.
And by the way, 20 years of playing the same way.
Yes.
With the ball in your hands, attacking, dunking, and come from behind blocks.
And we're not going to talk about playoff games.
We're not talking about playoff games.
You got playoff games you throw in the mix, and you got preseason you throw in the mix.
Yeah.
Those are games that they don't even count.
International,
yes.
That's a lot of work.
It's a lot of miles, and we always think he's, superhuman. But sometimes the body says, yo, man, it'll tap on your shoulder, yo, man, I really need more than 3 days. I know normally this is a 3-day injury. I need 6 because I want to make sure I'm 100. But LeBron, though, he has the right staff, the right medical people in his corner.
Yeah.
He'll get back and be healthy, and we'll never know he was ever hurt.
I have a feeling you're right. All right, let's get you live to Crypto.com Arena. It's the Lakers and the Clippers, and Mike Trudell is there with more to get you ready for tonight's game. Some call him the Superman of reporters. Mike Trudell. Hi, Mike.
Wow. Well, I never heard that before.
I was just strong.
Yeah. Well, I was curious. What's the worst injury that you played through in 6-man? There had to be something.
A hangover.
Back.
A hangover. And as the fellas will tell you, there is no worse injury to go.
I thought that was part of six man. Yeah. I'm just supposed to kind of be drunk the whole time. Well, I sprained my ankle about a week ago, and I'm still dragging this thing around. And LeBron is significantly younger than me, of course, but he has also played, you guys were talking about playoff minutes, the most playoff minutes ever of anybody. And so that's just a thing that, as I said, he's going to have to deal with. But he'll be on the court to start here. So I wanted to start with Darvin Ham, thinking more about the previous matchup way back, seems like a long time ago, October 20th. And so they did have Lonnie Walker in that game. Russ was still starting. So different mix. And what could Darvin take away from that? Here's what he said.
I just want us to get back to defending like we did in that particular game. You know, they're a formidable opponent and a really well put together team, very well coached. So, and I thought we had a great defensive performance early in the season when we saw them, and we've gotten away from that a little bit. And that's my number one focus, for us to get back to defending like we were earlier in the season.
How unusual is it, or uncomfortable is it, for you to be the visiting team in your own?
Excuse me. I mean, it's, you know, having been around this league so damn long and having worked here and been in this environment before, when it flip-flops, a little strange, but I'm pretty much used to it, though.
Darvin, you've mentioned some of the defensive habits and such, but are there a couple things that you've emphasized in film the last few days, particularly with this matchup?
Three things in particular, just you know, really being good in transition defense, and contesting without fouling. I think we've you know, I always talk about the self-inflicted wounds. We really need to do a better job of contesting and showing our hands on versus drivers, and not giving teams, you know, just constant trips to the free throw line. And the third thing would be our rebounding, you know, making sure we're good on the defensive glass.
And then just offensively, how much have you seen from Zubac and just how disruptive he is with those lineups, especially with their starters for the Clippers?
I mean, he just puts pressure on the rim. He's a great screener. He rolls. And he does all the dirty work. He gets some extra possessions on the offensive glass, and really, really talented young player.
All right, so I was talking to Darvin about Ivica Zubac, and really I was thinking about the other end of the court, though, guys, because we know the Lakers do a lot of their scoring in the paint, and Zu's been one of the best shot blockers and just rim protectors in the league this year, so that's going to be a key matchup. And then can the Lakers take advantage when he's off the floor, which they did back in that October 20th matchup?
All right, thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. Good work. Keep it here for the Lakers and Clippers. It's been a few years since Ivica Zubac donned the purple and gold, or as he said, gold and purple. But he's developed into a strong two-way center. Zuby went for 14 points, 17 boards, and 5 blocks in the first meeting last month. Those are some numbers. And coming up,